Did Apple really just send me the wrong graphics card? One that costs over 5 Gs? Apple finally released Big Navi for their Mac Pros, and today we are gonna test out this $2,800 graphics card and see how it compares to the previous Vega II in a variety of tasks like gaming, video editing, GPU rendering, and things like that. And yes, I do still have the Mac Pro. Nobody wants to buy it, so I guess I'm just stuck with it. Unless one of you guys do, reach out. I gotta say, this packaging is insane. This box is super durable, and it came in one that was twice the size. And what is this? Okay, nice. So they do include this. This is their Infinity Fabric link that has crazy bandwidth if you're connecting two of these graphics cards together so that they actually perform really well without being bottlenecked. It's like solid aluminum here. Let's get this bad boy out. Whoa, that was cool. Look at that, Angelica. That's what you get for $2,800. The box literally is like, I don't know what they call it, transformative. It's like a transformer. This thing is very heavy. Look at that. Fanless, no fan at all. This is one nice thing about the Mac Pro, that it's basically silent. We have large fans that just run slowly. What is this? This says 6900X on it. That is not what I ordered, and that's not what arrived at my office. Angelica, look at that. Did Apple send me the wrong one, or did I order the wrong one? I'm pretty sure I did not pay $5,600 for this. Maybe that's why it's so heavy. Let's check the box. Yeah, W6800X right there. Angelica, get a close-up of that. And on the card, as you guys could see, it says 6900X. So did Apple really just send me the wrong graphics card, one that costs over 5 Gs? Or did they just print the wrong label on my graphics card and it's actually a 6800X inside of here? I guess we'll just have to find out. But if this is a W5900X, does that mean that I can't sell my Mac Pro because this is just too good of a deal for a graphics card like this? I guess we'll have to find out. So let's go ahead and open this up. I love how easy it is to open up these Mac Pros, but it is pretty heavy. Let's spin this bad boy around and admire the beauty of Apple engineering. We have our Vega II right here. I love the attention to detail and how they just stay in place. They don't just come out here. Let's get the last one. And the last step is just to undo this little latch. Unlock. Whoops, I lied. There are two more on this side that I missed. Let's get these out. Bam. And now, with one little latch, bam, pops out. Surprisingly, there's very little dust in here. It looks super clean. It's also very heavy. Let's see which one is heavier. Is it the new one or, oh yeah. Oh, this thing is way heavier, surprisingly. What if it's a duo and they put the wrong label on it? What if it's both? Let's hope for that. But let's go ahead and pop it in. Get our case on. One little twist and we are done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my display. All right, we have the 6K XDR screen here. Can't believe that graphics card. I looked it up. It actually costs $6 grand, the same as this display with the stand. All right, we're getting close. The moment of truth. Did Apple actually send me a $6,000 graphics card? I kind of hope they didn't, because that means that I'd want to keep it, and I'd want to keep this Mac Pro, which I don't want to do. My heart is actually beating right now to see which one it is about this Mac, and oh, okay. Gosh, this is the most bittersweet moment. So as you guys could see, it does say W6800X, so it is not the 6900. So they did send me the right box and the right card. It just doesn't have the right label printed on the card. Well, that's fine. We could still get a 6900X and compare it to this one, and then also the W5700X. So if you guys want to see that comparison, click that subscribe button down below. Maybe we'll do a gaming video as well if you guys want to see it. And that will also help us reach 1 million subscribers before the end of the year. But for now, that was just a huge roller coaster. Let's go in and see how this thing actually performs. The first thing I want to do is our classic Geekbench 5. Let's see what our metal score is going to be. Switch over to compute here. Bam. Yep, it's the 6800X. We're gonna switch it to metal and run. All right, results are coming in and 137,200. So the previous Vega II that I have, that one got about 100,000, sometimes 96,000. So that's actually a pretty good improvement, about 40% faster, and it's actually the same price as well. Now it's kind of weird that it is the same price because this thing uses GDDR6 memory, 32 gigabytes of it, which is a lot, but it's not the very expensive HBM2. So I would think that the prices would actually go down, but I guess in this current market where graphics cards are selling for $3,000 for gaming cards, I guess it makes sense if they kept it the same. Now the next test I want to run is another classic Unigine heaven. We're using the extreme preset. This is one that we haven't been able to use since the M1s came out because they don't support OpenGL, but we'll also do another gaming test using metal as well. And this is one area where this new graphics card could be a lot faster because of efficiency. Oh, no. Okay, that's a second driver issue we're having, huh? I guess we're gonna force restart this thing. Apple's actually the one that makes the drivers and controls that. It's not AMD anymore, and this is the latest version of macOS, not the beta. Let's give this another go. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Take a look at that, guys. This thing is running incredibly cool. We're at 47 degrees Celsius, 46. It's just hovering around there. Whereas my previous one, it was about 80. The Vega, oh, that's it. I guess we can't do this test, but from what I could see, it is just running very, very cool. So maybe that's another benefit. Not that we had issues before. Switching over to Basemark GPU Test. This is a gaming test using metal. So it looks like old games are no longer compatible with these new expensive graphics cards. I have it set to high here. Let's go ahead and see how it handles it. Man, that lighting and graphics look really nice on this 6K display. We have a score of 12,351, and you can actually download Basemark's GPU test for your Mac and see how your Mac performs with this. It looks like about 45% faster than the Vega II that I have, so it is a pretty good improvement. And now let's get a little bit more serious. We have the Blender benchmark here that could do the graphics test. I selected our brand new, not 6900X, unfortunately now. Let's see how this thing can do. All right, and bam. Now that is a good improvement. We had 45% before. This is more than twice as fast. 7 minutes, 24 seconds compared to 15 minutes and 59 seconds for the Vega II. More than twice as fast. So maybe this is when you have a heavy workflow, you're doing rendering. This is where this new graphics card is really gonna kick in. Let's try another 3D rendering program. We have Octane right here, which is great. I'm gonna do a couple of the default ones just in case you guys wanna compare it to your systems. Let's do the trench benchmark here, see how long this takes. So that took 29 seconds, and let's test out the chess set. Wow, all right, 10 seconds right there. That is really good improvement compared to 18 seconds. So almost twice as fast. So it looks like this Big Navi card is a rendering beast. And now finally, video editing. You guys know we do a ton of that here at Max Tech. This is what matters most. So hopefully we have a good improvement. We are gonna start out right here with BruceX. This is gonna test the video editing rendering performance of this graphics card, just the raw performance. Bam, okay. That was actually slow. That was actually pretty dang slow. That took 10 seconds compared to 6 with the Vega II. Let me go ahead and just run this one more time. Bam, 6 seconds. Okay, from 10 seconds down to 6. How can you have that? Second run is almost twice as fast. Let's try it one more time. It's probably gonna stay right around there. Okay, yep, 6 seconds again. So no improvement there just for rendering this, but maybe 5K is no longer enough. Maybe we need a 12K BruceX test. So BruceX, whoever you are, maybe you can give us an update. And now for some standard 4K, of course it's not gonna have any issues playing this back. The M1 just slays this, but what I'm curious about is, did AMD upgrade the encoders in this graphics card that were the main limitation with the Vega II? So let's go ahead and export this. As far as graphics power, look at that. 32 gigs of graphics memory is maxed out, but the processor is being used barely anything. Let's see, what is that right there? 10%. we're using 10% of that graphics card. I'm gonna be very curious what the result is. The CPU usage is only at 14%. Interesting. Bam. Okay. Well, that took 2 minutes and 37 seconds, and that is pretty much identical to the 2 minutes and 30 seconds that the Vega II took. So it looks like, as far as exporting, the encoders have not gotten any better, at least for standard H.264 footage. Those are identical, so that is a little bit of a disappointment. Now I'm doing the same thing, but with a HEVC or H.265 project, so more efficient, higher compressed codec. Maybe we'll have some differences. And here it looks like the GPU usage is even lower. We are sitting at 5% graphics usage now, and this just proves to you guys, if you're working with this kind of standard footage that most people work with, you don't really need one of these crazy graphics cards or these systems. The M1 is killer for this. And bam, that was done. 2 minutes and 44 seconds. And previously, I believe that was 2 minutes and 30 seconds as well. So this is actually a little bit slower this time. What is going on? All right, I think what we need to do is throw something that's actually difficult at this system. Let's go ahead and take a look at some Canon raw footage. This right here has a couple LUTs applied. Well, actually one LUT, some other corrections. Playback, perfectly smooth. This is actually 4K 60 frames per second raw footage. And look at that, it looks like the graphics card, it's only using 26%, so we have a lot of overhead here, a lot more than the Vega II. Now let's go ahead and export this bad boy. Bam, it is done. 4 minutes and 35 seconds compared to 5 minutes. So not much faster. But once again, the graphics card surprisingly wasn't maxed out doing this. So even this is just way too easy for it. So, all right guys, what do we do next? Do we go to the 4.5K raw? I guess let's do that one first. Look at that, perfectly smooth. I'm used to seeing this being choppy on the M1 Max, and we're only using 21% of the graphics card. Right there, hit 24. And this is actually in better quality, not better performance. This is full quality, no issues there. And then as we're exporting, look, it's still only using 38% of the graphics card. What is the deal here, even with this footage? All right, there you go, finally. Even if the graphics card's not even halfway used, we have 3 minutes and 20 seconds compared to 5 minutes and 6 seconds. That is a 53% improvement in performance. That is actually massive, but now let's throw the big guns at it. Let's open up this 8K test. The Vega II, which was the best single graphics card you could get, could not play this back perfectly smooth. Let's try this guy out. Nope. If you guys see that, there are still a few stutters that show up. It's almost perfectly smooth, but with that, the graphics card still, it's only 54%. Why not use the extra performance to play this back perfectly? Clearly it's there. The Vega II was actually maxed out completely when I was doing this. And for the final test, we're gonna export out to ProRes. We're not gonna be working with a compressed codec. Let's see if we can make full use of this graphics card in this way. Nope, still only 51% graphics usage. That is a bummer. I wonder what the limitation is. Our RAM is maxed out, 32 gigs of memory is maxed out. Maybe the memory's too slow, maybe the drivers suck. We saw those crashes happen. Maybe Apple has more tweaking to do, but it just sucks seeing that when you spent so much money. That was 6 minutes compared to 7 minutes and 30 seconds. So finally we have a bigger difference with an export, but you gotta be working with 8K Red Raw. Now I do think in the future it will be faster. So you know what, I have a lot more work to do. I wanna bust out the ProRes Raw 8K, that might make a bigger difference. Some Canon C200 or Canon R5 footage, see if it can handle that without being a choppy mess like my Vega graphics card, and of course test out the more expensive 6900, which I didn't receive unfortunately, and also the less expensive $1,000 5700X, or the W version of that. So if you guys want to see that, click that circle above to subscribe, and you guys can help us reach 1 million subscribers before the end of the year. Check out one of those other great videos right over there. This has been Max, and I'll see you in the next video.